Good a little bit afternoon, right after the afternoon, looking at about 2:10. I'm listening to my iPad Touch, and I'm going to turn on the song. Let you see which one it is. Farewell, Angelina. It's a Bob Dylan. See if I can show it to you a little bit better. This is it right here. There it is. Farewell, Angelina. It's iTunes, Bob Dylan. I'll switch it around. You can kind of hear it coming from the headphones a little bit. There. Farewell, Angelina. Bob Dylan, the bootleg series. I listened to a lot of this. I bought them on my iTunes. Volume 1 through 3, rare and unreleased. It was done in 1961, and then the whole series goes through 1991 on disc 2. So anyway, this is basically my iTouch. You can see there. And I've vlogged it a few times. I used this device on my very first viral edited vlog called Jordan the Lion or Jordan Lee. It's a mini doc. I used this device, and it's got up to, I think up to past 8,000 views. It did really well, and it got me started when I first started vlogging. If you look right here, they have iMovie right here. iMovie. And it's very similar to an iPhone, only it's a nice shuffle. You can kind of hear it. Isn't that cool? Let's listen, we can listen a little bit. There it is. That's Bob Dylan on there. It's kind of one of my heroes. I got my own guitar. If you don't know the show very well, I also write music. I'm working on a new song right now, known as Greyhound West. I use an Oscar Schmidt. You've probably seen it a few times. It's the one that's got the Siamese cat postage stamp on it that I do in tribute to the English actors that would pass around a postage stamp throughout their stage show so that they could keep lively. And they would hand it off to their actor, or they would post it onto like the back of their ear, or during the production they'd post it on their elbow or on a teacup or on their hand, and people would have to find the postage stamp and then pass it to another one. This one, of course, it's a drawing that I did right here. There's a postage stamp right here. It's a tribute to the actors. Right there. See if I can get the light a little bit better. It's a tribute to the actors. The Siamese postage stamp. Siamese cat. I got it in the mail. I had to mail this back to Texas when I was in New York City. I bought it in New York City right after September 11th of 2001. I bought it at a guitar shop somewhere in the Village, Soho area for $200. I've had it ever since. And this is something that I use every day. All right, I'll get back with you and I'll introduce the show. But if you're not familiar with the show, welcome to the Please Subscribe show. I'm Cole Spivey. I'll be leading you into an adventure today. All right, so I guess the adventure begins now in my kitchen. Oh, and I forgot. I always want to do this. Come here, kitty. This is Edmund, my cat. His full name, sorry I do that for the gnats. I gotta hold him here for a minute. He's gained a little bit of weight. His full name is Edmund Tuxedo Cassavetes. He's a tuxedo cat. All right, Edmund, you're free to go. There. Oh, I'm sorry. Are you okay? Gravity got you. You're okay. All right. He landed on all fours. He always does. This right here is the thing for the iTouch. The Apple iTouch. It's kind of like that. I do have a more expensive device too. This lady I once knew named Linda, as in Linda Gray, once Linda Spivey, would use it when we go walking at Carrollton Place. It's called the iPod Shuffle, right here. They go for about $100 now. You used to get them for $20 to $30. Now, some are $100 up to $500. I don't know the generation of it. I got it in 2012. So you can figure out the generation. The Shuffle I got in 2018. Brand new. All right, not the Shuffle, I'm sorry. Sorry about that. The iTouch, I got it in 2018. The Shuffle, I got in 2012. I make mistakes, sorry. It's part of the adventure. I'll just show you. This one is the iPod Shuffle. I got this one in 2012. So it's about a decade old. And it still works. The other one, which is the iPod Touch, I got in 2018. All right, we'll lead you on the adventure a little bit longer. I just wanted to introduce you to some of the things. Oh, now for Kitty. Okay. More adventure. That is called the Whale Shark Tunnel. Linda got it for Kitty. Hi, I'm the Whale Shark Tunnel. Hello. Hello down there. I am the Whale Shark Tunnel. Hello, Whale Shark Tunnel. I'm inside the Whale Shark Tunnel. I'm inside the whale. Hello. Hello. I studied mime with Greg Goldston, Marcel Marceau's people. I'm doing this. All right, so it's a Whale Shark Tunnel. It's Kitty's. Kitty likes it. Edmund plays in it. You can see this thing right here is it's got catnip on it. And this is what it looks like about right here. You can see the fins on it. See the fins. Oh, shark tunnel. And Kitty likes to play with it, right, Kitty? Come on, Kitty. Here we go. Show him how you do it, Kitty. There we go. There he goes. There he is. All right, well, he usually likes to play with it anyway. He plays with the Whale Shark Tunnel. All right, I'll lead you later. I gotta jump in the shower, and I'll talk about the note today. Well, I'll go ahead and get that out of the way. All right, so if you don't know me, I write screenplays. I gotta get the backup pair of my glasses. I'm working on a screenplay called Escape from Maine, about my adventures in the state of Maine in 2012, going into 2013, which is about a decade ago. I gotta wipe this off real quick. There we go. And here's the note. This is the next scene. It's in Repack. Interior, Havenwood Products. It'll be Steven's monologue about his son going to Arizona and then Boston with his girlfriend. And that's what we'll be working on today when we go out. Right, Kitty? He's like, feed me. Whatever you say. Whatever you say, Master, you feed me. Anyway, that's the note. So for today on the screenplay. And I upload my show. It used to be 6 to 7 to 8 shows. It's probably going to be 4 shows, depending on how much I talk. So I upload them into about 30-minute intervals, and sometimes I do a 5-minute show about the screenplay and a 17 to 20-minute show about Kitty and, you know, home life and stuff. And I mix the two too. So I'm gonna try to get them to about 4 shows. If they go to 6 or 7 shows, sorry. But what I usually do to start the show is I put PSS. I think the last one was 1648, and that's a series of shows. I don't number the ones in between because they don't always go in the order that I like, but I do post everything on Facebook, and it's called a playbill. So when you go to Facebook, you'll see the PSS 1648, then you'll see that each show on it numbered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or whatever numbers I go up to, and then it'll have photos that'll correspond with the whole show. So it's like a playbill. I do that every day. All right, it's a daily vlog, and it's anywhere between 4 vlogs that last about 30 minutes each. Sometimes, you know, more. That's at least 120 minutes plus a 5-minute one, maybe longer, maybe a 10-minute one. So it's like 120 plus a 10, so 130 minutes, sometimes 180 minutes, depending on how much I do. All right. And this is the note for the screenplay for Repack. Interior, Havenwood Products. Well, I didn't find a whole lot in the refrigerator, but in the freezer I found this. It's a peach apple hand pies. It's got Martha Stewart on it. Martha Stewart Kitchen, from Martha's Kitchen to Yours. And I'm looking for ingredients are right there. But I don't see, oh, I see, that's why. So you preheat from 350. The center of the oven is where the pie goes. Removes hand pie from wrapping, place on baking sheet. You bake for 20 minutes. So we go for 350, right about here, and bake. And we wait. Now, since it's got to take a couple of minutes, maybe 3 or 4 minutes to preheat, we're looking at 20, 23 minutes. So I'll put it in for about 25, 26 minutes. And it goes in the center rack. That's about what it looks like. From Martha Stewart. All right, so we're gonna open up the peach and apple hand pie, Martha Stewart's Kitchen. And the total will be preheating for 350 Fahrenheit, going for 20 to 23 minutes or until center is warm. I'm gonna go for about 25 minutes because it's not preheated yet. So as soon as it preheats, that's when I'll count it. Put it in the center there. Then we'll go to timer, and we'll do about 25 minutes. I believe this is on. It's at center of the oven. And we'll have a snack in about 20 minutes. Well, 25 minutes. All right, Kitty, you hang down the fort, okay? All right, Kitty, you take care of the fort. Lynn and I are rooting for you. You'll be good with the whale shark tunnel, right? All right, 175,033 miles on the speedometer. We're at 83 degrees Fahrenheit. It's April 20, 2023. And welcome to the Please Subscribe show. I'm your host, Cole Spivey. We're going on an adventure today. I want to point out something real quick about right here. And they're all the way from California. And I'm actually in Texas, Fort Worth, Texas. They're from California. We're going to look at the traffic here in just a moment at about 3:39 in the PM, which is post meridian. And there it is, traffic. AM means anti-meridian. PM means post meridian. All right. A little Dutch angle right here. Sorry about the Dutch angle. And I brought some mint tea with me today, right here. Mint tea. Hair's getting a little long. I've always wanted to kind of grow it out like Neil Young. Just once. You only live one time. So I figured this theory on my hair is just to like let it go wild, natural. And then when the time comes, then I'll cut it. Because if I interfere with the growth of it, then you can't go back and try to regrow it without interfering with it at all. How many people do that, you know? So I've never done it before. It has gotten this long when I was probably a teenager, when I used to be a skateboarder. I wanted to get signed with H Street. They were kind of like Powell Peralta a little bit, but they were more kind of alternative. And it never worked out. I ended up breaking my ankle. And I could ollie really high and do double kick flips. But my hair was about this long, maybe a little bit longer. Probably longer. It was probably like down to here. But I thought about growing it, you know, like Neil Young style, you know. And also I play guitar, so it might suit that. Okay, well, we're off to on our adventure. Welcome to my show. And I will be dropping food at your doorstep. God bless. Okay, so Adam the Woo has posted that he is on his weight loss plan. I think it's a good plan. I saw it off his iPhone. Here's some things that I do want to talk about. Calorie counting is great, but it's not everything. It's not the be-all, end-all. I've maybe been an actor for 30 years. I've gained and lost weight many times. I'm kind of a Tom Hanks. So the first time I did it, I got to 210 pounds. And I went down to 150 pounds. That was the first time. I did that once in college. Then I went up to 215 pounds, I think like a couple years later, and then right back down to 150 pounds a second time. Well, the last time on the tail end of college when I went to UNT, probably like around 1997, I got there at about 220. And I left and graduated about 150 pounds. And I'm 6 foot. I was very skinny. I got photos of it. Now, I kept that off for about 6 years. And then when my first marriage, I got up to 257 pounds. So about what Adam the Woo weighs now. And I'm 6 foot. I did a project called Bulb, which was an indie film in White Settlement, Texas. And the Bulb went on, which was an indie film. It was done with video for about a year. And within the first 7 months, I lost about 70 pounds, doing about 10 pounds a month. I did the Jason's Deli salad bar diet, cutting back on dressings. And I did the cabbage soup diet and a bunch of other weird diets. And I did a lot of jogging. Now that was in 2010 through 2011. So that was the fourth time there was a major weight change from 257 pounds to 150 pounds, which is what I weighed when I arrived at Maine. I remember there's a highway in Maine, or there's like a state highway that is called US 150. And I remember always seeing that because I weighed 150 pounds when I arrived at Maine. So that's like the fourth time I've done it. Then a big fifth time was my second marriage when my wife Angel left me. I think that was in 2018. And I went from 227 pounds to eventually 170 pounds. So it was 227 pounds and then down to 170. And I did that with, it was kind of a Whole Foods diet. There's also Jason's Deli too, and the salad bar. I would do one big Jason's Deli salad bar a day. And then I would jog up to about an hour a day of jogging. Sometimes 6 miles, sometimes further, you know, different times. So I've done it at least 5 times throughout my, you know, career as an actor. Tom Hanks has done it a few times too. One thing that I wanted to tell Adam the Woo, because I saw a show today, or most of it. Well, I need to go back and rewatch. I just saw the beginning part. It is something very simple. Salts and sugars, cut them. cut the salts and cut the sugar. It'll pill off of you quick. I mean quick. It's very hard to do. Watch your breads, because bread has salt in it. Like even like a pretzel or pretzel bread and all that kind of stuff, and just regular bread. But watch your salts and watch your sugars, and you're gonna lose the weight quick, especially your sugars. But your salt will keep it on you as well. Those are the two, your salts and your sugars. Watch those. And of course, watch your bread intake. Watch your carbs. So less carbs, because a carbohydrate, like bread or whatever, it turns straight to sugar. So when you're eating bread, you're not watching your sugar. So watch your bread intake as well. Good luck. Godspeed. So today I'm going to hold myself accountable, and there'll be no soda. Maybe I might have a little Coke Zero sometime later on when I start feeling sluggish. Gasoline only. Gasoline only. Go with regular unleaded. You ever see that movie Love Liza with Philip Seymour Hoffman? So Philip Seymour Hoffman did a movie called Love Liza. Here's television. All right. First, Whole Foods. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh, this is what I was talking about. It's Ranchero wheat berry. I'm gonna get a little bit of this. Give them slightly celiac, a little bit. And this is green goddess chicken soup. Blueberries.
Please check your receipt. Thank you for shopping at WhatsinmyWholeFoodsBag.
Right. So, what's in my Whole Foods bag? There's a Whole Foods bag right here. Kind of see it. Whole Foods bag. It's a salad. Now I can show you what's in my salad today. Or my Whole Foods salad. We have a delicious boiled egg. This right here is broccoli. We've got some grapes and tomatoes. And this right here is what you call feta. It's feta. And then chunks of chicken right here. Not a whole lot, just a spoonful or so. And then a bed of spinach underneath. I did splurge today. I got this little, I guess like a chicken, fried chicken piece, you know, boneless fried chicken cutlet or whatever you want to call it. And then some olives. I got Greek olives in there. These guys right here are really good. These little peppers, yellow peppers and a cucumber. And some grapes. Got the grapes too. And I put a little bit of vinegar on it and then just a touch of olive oil. All right. The cutlet, I'm gonna see how it tastes. Yeah, they could warm it up a little bit. A little not too warm. Almost kind of lukewarm kind of thing. It's not like steaming hot. But it's from the hot side. From the hot bar. I usually just mix the two. Pretty good. This is very good to lose weight. What I always say is get rid of the yolk. The birds will eat it. The salad bar is actually better than the hot bar. We're gonna move over one. Some kid and families out there. Kids sometimes break things. These things guard the shot. They're like those little things in Hollywood that like would manipulate the light, you know? They're like kind of, what's going on? Hey, what's going on? I'm in the middle of the shot right here. I'm this thing right here. What is it? I'm blocking the shot. So you gotta watch out. Pretty good. This is basically a chicken. And I got one tomato. Little baby tomato. Some spinach, a little bit of purple onion, some chive. Well, it's not really chive. I thought it was chive, but it's actually green onion chopped up. These are like really hard. You gotta really push them down like this. These little flaps. They're pretty good. This too. It's all technical. There we go. I'm gonna be your health food side. It's gonna be this way for a while. Pretty good. I think I got right here. They're dolma. Or like that. They have a weird name. Diane Salinger used to make me go to Whole Foods and pick these up for her all the time. She'd get like a little cake, well, a little carton, well, a little cart of them, a carton of them, you know, like a small carton of them. What do you call it?
Dolma.
She'd get a little bag of them, but they're little dolls.
Grape leaf.
And they're wrapped. I want to say they have an Egyptian tie to them. I remember they have a funky taste. She used to always make me go get her these. Or messes. When she was training me in off of Mulholland Drive. She had worked with Tim Burton and Pee Wee Herman's Big Adventure. Simone, it was Simone. Remember Simone? She wants to play Katharine Hepburn. True story. That's probably why my subscribers are contained, because I actually have Hollywood connections rather than a do-it-yourself vlogger. It's a crazy world. I think she should play Katharine Hepburn. I think it'd be cool. She kind of resembles her a little bit. An older version. I don't know if that ever happened. I got the book, Me, which is written by Katharine Hepburn. I got that book. It should be based on that book, because she wrote that book. I'm pretty good at adaptation. But not yet. Not ready yet. I like the On the Golden Pond Katharine Hepburn, you know, when she was very mature. That would be a great time to cover her, when she was very old, very mature. Diane could do it. She's an amazing actress. One time, when I went back to Melrose, we had a studio in Melrose, and she had opened it up. And I went to go check on her, bring her some stuff, I think some water. She had sent me on an assignment. And she was blessing the studios. She was clapping the air. So it was like the studio was there. She was clapping the air and going like, oh, oh, oh. So, sorry about that. I said, Diane. I said, what are you doing? She said, I'm purifying the studios. She would like get sage, you get the sage and put the sage all over the walls, you know, like, you know, you burn the end of the sage and it's like almost like incense. And then she'd be doing that. Cool. As I learned from Diane were, you always play comedy like a child. That's what she told me, that Stella Adler told her to say, or told her to do when she was in Midsummer Night's Dream. She learned to play those characters like a child. And then she said to always carry your child with you wherever you go. Always have the child with you. That was one thing I remember. There's a lot of specific things I learned from her. I won't give away all the secrets. She's pretty intense. A lot of little things you learn, and you just keep with them. You take them as you go. You know what I mean? So you just take it as you go.